Dear friends, welcome back to Civil Conclave Group's presentation. Today we are going to discuss about salient features of fire and life safety as per NBC 2019 and 2016 of section 4. In the field of property management, it is not utmost important to know government rules and regulations governing the high-rise buildings from the fire safety point of view. Suitable provision should be made in all multi-storied and high-rise buildings depending upon the occupancy and height of the building in accordance with the Part 4 of the National Building Code. In addition to the provisions, the property manager or the security in charge shall make arrangement for extra equipments if it is required and shall review it periodically to ensure the property always comply with the mandatory requirements. Any additions and omissions as per amendments prescribed from the time to time of the National Building Code should be adhered. Building materials. All load-bearing elements of construction for which the required fire resistance of 1 hour or more should be non-combustible material. Interior finishing material should have a rating for flame spread and smoke develop not exceeding with a low spread limit and should be in accordance with IS 1642 provisions. Ceiling lining shall be a non-combustible material. Stairway and corridor should not contain any combustible material. Structural support load-bearing wall should be 3 hours fire resistance and transformer ceilings not less than 2 hours. Walls and partitions separating the corridors from floor should be having the fire resistance not less than 1 hour. These should not have any openings other than the doors of delivery hatches, which should not be less than half an hour fire. Fire wells dividing the building to prevent the fire spread should be at least 2 hours fire resistance. Facades excluding doors and windows should be a non-combustible material. Staircase enclosure. Internal enclosing walls of the staircase shall be of a brick or RCC with a fire resistance of 2 hours should be provided. Door should be a single swing type opening door in the direction of the escape. The staircase shall be ventilated on the external wall of the building. At each landing or a mid landing, which should not be a part of the corridor. The internal walls of the staircase should not have a glazed or a glass brick. Pressurizing mechanism should operate automatically when fire alarm system operates. This also can be operated manually. Lift enclosure. Wall enclosing lift shaft should be 2 hours fire rated. Shaft should have a permanent vent at the top not less than 1800 mm, that is a 0.2 square meter in clear areas. Lift machine room should preferably above the shaft and separated from the enclosing walls of the shaft. Landing door should open into a ventilated or a pressurized corridor with a 1 hour fire rated. The number of lifts in one fire bank not more than 4. In the shaft and the lobby, in the core of the building, a positive pressure not less than 2.5 mm and not more than 3 mm on water gauge for lobby and not than 5 mm in the shaft should be maintained in a electrically operated powers, which should automatically operate when the fire alarm operates. Lift enclosure. Exit from the lobby is to be located of the building shall be through a self-closing smoke door of 1 hour rating. Machineries other than the lift shall be installed in LMR. Lift should not normally communicate with the basement. However, one of them may be permitted provided the lobby is pressurized and separated from the part of the basement. The door should hold open by an electromagnetic device or linked with a smoke detector. To enable services personnel to reach the top floor, one or more lifts should be available exclusively for the fire personnel. The lift should have a floor area not less than 1.4 square meter with a minimum dimension of 1.2 meter and having the loading capacity of 545 kgs. Alternative power source of adequate capacity whose cable run within the shaft should be provided, which should automatically open in case of electrical failure. The words fire lift should be displayed on a fluorescent paint of the fire lift in each and every floor, for which the door should have the fire rating of 1 hour. The speed of the fire lift should be in such a way that it should reach the top within 1 minute. Basement. All basements shall be separately ventilated. Vents with a cross-sectional area not less than 2.5% of the floor should be spread evenly around the perimeter of the basement. A system of inlets and outlets at the basement floor level and smoke outlets at the basement ceiling level must be provided. Inlets and outlets should be terminate at ground level with a breakable stall boards, or pavement lights should be in a position to easily accessible to the fire brigade, and it should be clearly marked smoke outlet or in outlet near the opening. Staircase of basement should be enclosed with a fire resistance doors of not less than 2 hours. Stairs should be situated at the periphery of the basement, open on the ground level in the floor. Communication with the basement should be through a lobby provided with a fire resistance and self-closing doors. The staircase should be provided that all occupants without having travelled more than 18.5 meters could access it. Mechanical smoke extractor for the smoke venting system should be provided from the lower level and should actuate with the heat sensitive directors sprinkler installed. Basement. The system should also have an arrangement of starting it manually but at a temperature not less than 55 degrees centigrade. Kitchen and pantry should not be enclosed permitted in the basement. Floor space division, that is service ducts. In the area of the floor exceeds 50 square meter, it should be separated into compartment not exceeding the above specified area by means of wall having fire resistance not less than 2 hours. The fire well should be so erected that it does not exceed a distance of 40 meters. If floors have a sprinkler system, the above mentioned area can be increased by 50% of service duct. A wall having resistance not less than 2 hours should enclose service duct. Inspection door should be a fire resistance of 2 hours. A permanent vent should be provided at the top of the service shaft of a cross-sectional area not less than 460 square meter for each 900 square meter or area of the shaft, whichever is more. Refuse chutes and refuse chambers. Hopper under refuse chutes must be situated in a well ventilated position, and chute shall be continued upward with an outlet above roof level. The hopper should not be located within the staircase enclosure. Opening of inspection channel and charging station shall be fitted with a light fitting covers having a resistance not less than 1 hour. Flap doors, that is push in or lift up types, is not permitted. Refuse chutes should not be provided in staircase walls, air conditioning systems, etc. Staircase and corridor lighting. These lighting should be on a separate circuit and operated by a one switch installed in the ground. These lighting shall also have an alternative power source connected. Double throw switches shall be installed to ensure lighting in staircase and corridors do not get connected to two sources of supply simultaneously. Emergency lights should be provided in the staircases. Electrical. Distribution wires and cables should be placed in a separate duct which should be sealed at alternative flows. Water main, telephone lines, gas pipeline, etc. should not be laid in this duct. Separate circuits for water pumps, lifts, staircase shall be provided directly from the main switchgear panel. The circuits must be laid in a separate conduit pipes. Master switches controlling essential switcher services shall be clearly marked for easy identification. Inspection panel, door or any other opening in the shaft must be provided with an airtight fire source having resistance not more than 2 hours. Medium and low voltage wires in the shaft running within the false ceiling shall be of metal conduits. Alternative source of power supply, LPG gas supply lines, etc. Power supply. Standby DG set shall be installed to supply power exclusively for flats and connecting all utility services. If standby pump is diesel driven, the generator power need not to be connected. LPG pipes. These pipes shall run in shaft exclusively for the purpose, shall be on external walls only. There shall be no interconnection between the shaft and rest of the floors. Gas meter should be housed in a specifically fabricated and located at ground level. Air conditioning. Ducts should be constructed of a sustained gauge metal in accordance with IS 655. Opening around ducts passing through the firewalls should be properly sealed with a fire resisting material such as asbestos ropes, etc. Insulation material shall be of non-combustible material. Area of more than 750 square meter of an individual share shall be separated by a firewall. AHU units and air ducts shall be separated from each floor. Automatic fire damper shall be provided at the inlet of the fresh air duct and return air duct of each compartment on every floor. If AHU serves more than one floor, the requirements given above shall be completed with an addition to the below condition. When the fire alarm operates, the respective AHU of air conditioning system should automatically switch off. Air filters of AHU shall be of non-combustible material. Inspection panel shall be provided in the trunking to facilitate cleaning of the duct. No combustible material should be fitted at a less than distance of 15 meters. Material used for false ceiling, runners, suspender should be of non-combustible material. Transformers. Transformer housed in a basement should be in the first basement in a separate fire resistant room. The room should have fixed with automatic gas suppression have a metal door of 2 hours fire rating. Switch gears must be housed in a separate room away from the transformer bay. Transformer at ground level shall be cut off from the rest of the portion by a wall of 4 hours fire resistance. Transformer are not to be housed in the upper floor. Pipe connecting catch pit to the tank should be a non-combustible material. Provision of the firefighting equipments. Fire equipment shall be distributed all over the building in accordance with IS 2217 and 2190. Premises shall be protected by a wet riser cum downcomer, automatic sprinkler, high pressure water spray or foam generating system. Water tanks and fire pumps required for this purpose shall conform the requirement of the National Building Code. A minimum of 2 fire hydrants to be provided in the courtyard. Wet riser cum downcomer in the building should be arranged by means of vertical rise main of not less than 10 CRR internal diameter. Hose reel on each floor landing connected to a overhead water storage tank for fighting purpose. This should be through a booster pump. Fire service inlet at ground level with a non-return valve shall be provided for charging the rising man by a service pump not exceeding 2000 RPM in case of the starting pump fails. Water in the fire tank shall exclusively used for firefighting pit and is not to be utilized for a domestic or industrial uses. Provision of firefighting equipment. The size of the risers of building more than 20 meters should be of 15 centimeter. Rubber hose reel not less than 19 mm along with the shut-off branch nozzle of 4.8 mm also to be provided. Refer IS 3644 for a specification. First aid hose reels to be conform IS 4. Static water tank. Sufficient water should be available in the underground tank and the covering slab should be withstand of 25 tons weight. Domestic tank connected to the static tank should have an overflow discharge capacity of 2250 liters per minute. Section of the domestic supply must be fed through an overflow from static tank to avoid stagnation. Fire brigade collecting beaches. 4 numbers 63 mm dia, 2 of which for a pump of 1400 liters per minimum capacity shall be provided as static tank. Instantaneous male inlet arrangement to the wall box at a suitable place to be connected not less than 15 centimeter dia. The discharge of the water should be 2250 liters per minute. Automatic sprinklers. These shall be installed in basement, car parks which is having an area of more than 500 square meter. Any rooms or compartments of high-rise building exceeding 500 square meter. Shops and stores exceeding 750 square meter. Warehouse and godowns. Emulsifying system. Automatic higher pressure water spray emulsifying system shall be provided to protect transformer of a substation in a basement. Fire alarm system. All business and industrial buildings shall be equipped with a manually operated electronic fire system. The call boxes shall be of the break glass type without moving parts. All call boxes shall be wired in a closed circuit to the control panel of the control room, which should be located at the entrance of the building. The glass boxes shall be installed that they do not obstruct the exit way. In addition to this, automatic floor alarm system, that is a heat smoke sensitive system, should be installed as per IS 218. The call boxes shall be arranged to sound one or more sounder so as to ensure all the occupants of the building are warned whenever any call box has been activated. In addition to this, automatically floor alarm system has to be provided in accordance with IS 218. Control room. All buildings mentioned in regulation 14 except residential building shall have a control room with a communication and public address system to all the floors shall be manned around the clock. Fire drills and fire orders. Fire notices and orders shall be displayed prominently in the building, indicating the requirements of firefighting and evacuation in the event of fire or other emergencies. All the occupants of the building shall be thoroughly familiarized with the contents, action needed in the event of emergency. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe, like and share, which will motivate me for a further good presentation. In case of any queries, do not hesitate to write to me. The response shall be earliest. Contact me civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group, Civil Conclave Telegram group, for which the link has been provided as below. Thank you for watching this presentation.